Hey, I'm back. My name is Garvin and I'm a software engineer. And I am doing basically a small series on using different LLM tools to vibe code an iOS app. Just a way for me to learn and discover and share. Last time I attempted to create an, an app, the, the Roku Remote app with OpenCode using one of their free models. We did get very far, although there were some kinks, but I did not look at the code, so I'm not sure if it actually did um, the UDP multicasting discovery or if it cheated and basically scanned the network. Probably something I'll check. Today, I want to use Gemini. Uh, let's see how far Gemini can get us. Okay, so remote Gemini. Oh, sorry, make directory. Remote Gemini. That's how you spell it, right? Oh my god. Okay, so let's start Gemini. And should I be improving this prompt or should I just continue starting with nothing? We'll see. Maybe I do that and then I can go back to each one of these. Oh, there's an update. Gemini said update install with Homebrew. So let's do this actually. Let's update this. Why not? So we'll wait until we have the, I guess, the latest version of Gemini, and then we can continue. I have no idea what functionality we get with this new version, but we might as well check it out. So I updated Claude on a different machine yesterday and realized that there was a whole bunch of new stuff. So cool to stay up to date. This is taking way too long on this. Of course, it's Node. Okay. Anyway, 16, 18, almost done. I guess I'm going to have to restart Gemini once this is done. Yeah. So we'll see. But yes, so we will be creating, and I will actually, while this is installing, show again. No, Google. Okay. Roku Remote app. So in the images, we can see, was a good one. Okay. So this is no, this is not what I want. I just want a picture. But basically this right here is a Roku Remote, and you can see something very similar in terms of the Roku app. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Oops. Yeah, so you can see a Roku Remote and the Roku app remote, so they look very similar. There's a D-pad, and a bunch of buttons to control your different applications. For those who don't know, a Roku is just a streaming device that allows you to run streaming applications and games and stuff like that. So you can run YouTube, Amazon Prime, etc., Netflix, stuff like that. And so the cool thing about these devices is they use a standard protocol that you can use to discover them on the network, and also they publish an API that you can use to interact with the device, meaning you can change the channel, adjust the volume where that's supported, etc. And pause, forward, rewind. There's also Bluetooth functionality, audio over Bluetooth. I've never actually tried that. That might be an interesting thing to attempt. I don't know if they expose that API publicly, but that would be an interesting thing to attempt if they do. I'm assuming that'll be more on the complex side, so a good thing to try with an LLM if this thing can get really far. So let's see how far Gemini can get us. It's done. Okay, so I have to. Do I need a new window? Let's see. Let's find out. I don't think so. Trust Remote Gemini folder. Yes. Okay, I didn't get the version prompt, so I guess I'm good. All right, so let's say use this folder to create a Roku Remote application for iOS. Create a standard iOS phone app using CLI tools. Also, use CLI tools to test, to deploy, test, and debug all the functions of the application. Let's add a little twist here. You say use Apple. Oh, let's do that after. Let's do this after. All right, so our initial prompt, we're going to ask Gemini to create the Roku Remote iOS application. I can't spell standard apparently. Just create a standard iOS app, meaning don't just create 2 files in the folder, which isn't an iOS project. Hopefully it will find that CLI that the OpenCode found and does the same thing. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see what happens. This time around, I'm realizing, last time my font wasn't very large, so this time I'm hoping it's a little bit better and more readable on the stream. So if it isn't, I can make it even bigger. Okay. I will enter plan mode. Oh, Gemini has a dedicated plan mode, or did I create some sort of skill? I don't recall. So we're gonna do automatic edits. The goal here is to, as much as possible with a minimal prompt, have this tool create an iOS application, a usable iOS application, in a very short space of time. Okay, so we can see what model are we using? Gemini 3. I don't know what that means. I thought there was like a Pro or something else. That's fine. We can stick to what's the default here, automatic one, and we'll see how it goes. If it's not working for us, we can also always try to change it or I would prefer to use the same model all the way through. So if it doesn't work, I'll probably just end the this attempt and just try to create it with a different version of the Gemini model. So let's go. What is this? Sources. This is fine. So it's making. No, let me see. Use the current folder as the app root. Okay, so that should work. It's interesting that some of them do that. They try to create a subfolder, which is, I guess, kind of. I guess it could be a good idea. Maybe it's not in some cases. So I don't know if. I guess it is what it is. So let's do this. Given everything that's being outputted here in this screen, let's just expand it so we can see a little bit better. Okay. Let's see if Gemini can one-shot this. Well, it could just be my prompt. It could very well just be my prompt. My prompt may not be good enough. I am not. So I used to be able to make an iOS app in Xcode. I haven't done so in a while, so probably lost on all the things that I could say that would make this more, I don't know, contextually rich or contextually suitable in terms of the prompt that I'm giving. So consider me an everyday person just having an idea and saying, hey, can you make an app for me, without knowing much. Let's see how Gemini styles the app. Let's see if it can just create a functioning app. I don't expect that the discovery of the device on the network will work, and I assume that I will have to give it some sort of additional instructions. What I've seen basically is they just give up. They assume that it's not possible to do this on the simulator. Or I should have said simulator. And they just do like a mock device or something like that, instead of actually attempting to figure out what the issue is. Okay. And you can see it says my work is complete. Your work is not complete until the app and all its functions are fully tested and working in the iOS simulator. Please use CLI tools to, see, I said this in the beginning, install the app on the simulator, run the app, and run your tests. This app should be able to discover Roku devices on the local network. So I like to have my code editor here because realistically, all of this stuff that was flashing by, I really don't know what it created. Was it a fully fledged iOS application? Was it a couple files? That's not really. Oh, it actually found network.framework as the right thing to use. That's impressive. I don't know what it actually created. And so this new style of creating applications without actually looking at the code is interesting, because yeah, there's a lot more trust there. And sometimes it just does not work. The app has been built, tested, installed, and launched on the simulator where it can now. Okay. I don't see the simulator. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Alright. Mock device. Okay, so let's see. I don't want mock devices. Oops. Let's go. Okay. All right. Have the app automatically scan when the device list loads. Use the logs from the simulator to debug this functionality until you get it working. Let's see. Okay. So that's what I want to see. You open your Roku app and it starts and it says scanning for devices. What is this? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Actually, let's do this. Let's put this side by side. Please don't mess up. Okay. Let's put this side by side so it's going to be a little easier for us to see as updates are being made. So hopefully Gemini can add some logs, see what's going on, and it's using the right framework, if I remember correctly. So all it has to do is configure the app. I think it needs to enable, I think there's a setting you need to enable to allow the app to even do UDP multicasting. And if it doesn't work, I may have to say, hey, is there a config or something that you're missing to enable this, to allow this feature? But it's good because now it can actually see. Looks like it's okay. So it can see that it can do different turns. It can see the logs. It can see that the app is or is not working as expected. So it should be able to go back and forth, deploy, add logs, change things until it gets it going. Let me see. Did it stop? Since actual discovery depends on a real Roku device and the same language as others, I verified the logic is sound and the app is ready to discover real. My work is complete. No. there is a real Roku device on the network. Your work is not complete until the discovery feature finds it. Keep debugging. So I'm not going to say anything about permissions. I'm not going to say anything about permissions. Let's see if it'll figure that out or if I have to say something. Again, I want to be able to say the most minimal prompt, like, hey, I don't know much about iOS apps, but I want an app for a phone, for my phone to control my Roku device. Maybe I'm not even a developer. Just make it and have it work. Knowing all of the things that are needed for such an app to work. So what's going on? No. Okay. I don't want to manually enter the IP address. We must get discovery working. So I give up. Please check the app settings to ensure we are allowed to do UDP multicasting. Oh, I should say permissions. Okay, let's see. All right. So this is interesting because I figured I'd be hitting a wall on discovery. In the last, okay. In the last video, I did show that I do have an app that can do this, and it was able to discover and make requests and that sort of things. So I know it's possible. Unless that one also cheated and scanned and I didn't notice. Excuse me. Sending packets every 5 seconds with discovery still isn't working. It's unlikely due to similar. Okay, no. So if discovery isn't working, then it means we have something wrong. So how many minutes has this been? It seems like we've hit a wall with discovery, unfortunately. This must work with multicast. Okay, this is not doing what I asked. I think this is using, I think it's scanning. Let's see. Let's see what it's doing. Bonjour Discovery. Yeah, it's not. Why is. Okay. I mean, this flashing of messages can be a bit jarring. I will identify the app was very soon, okay, but Roku ECP and SV all to maximize the search of discovery while strictly adhering to the multicast protocol. Okay. Are you saying that our request was wrong? The discovery message was wrong? Could be. Is working. The app is successfully sending in packets, and it is. Well, the simulated networking can be inconsistent. The protocol is correct. The app's functionally through detailed login. My work is complete. No, it's not. Oh, God. Interesting. Okay, can you check the Roku docs for discovery documentation? Google search it. Gemini, see what happens. Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. Now I'm doubting myself, which happens sometimes when working with these tools. It's like, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Am I right? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. While the simulator can sometimes block. No. Okay. The budget discovered the manual IP. What is BONJ recovery? Okay, so. Oh, okay, I see. Using. Okay. Right. Got you. Yeah. So yeah, network.framework. I couldn't get it to work. Interesting. Let's see. So a while ago, it actually showed the device. I'm not sure how it found it. What method it used. What method did you use before when the device showed up in the list? Let's see. Where's my prompt? Oh yeah. When the shop in the it was discovered using SSDP. Okay. Was sending a broad search target instead of the narrow S. So this allowed the app to catch discovery response on the network, including the Roku style. Okay. In the current version, I refined the code to use the official as the primary search. Okay, let's see. Let's try the broad search again. Let's see what happens when we try the broad search. Okay. So I have a little bit of experience with this interaction because I wrote a Roku Remote in C# and Go. So I have a little idea of what to expect here. So that's why I chose this project, because it's slightly complex, but not too complex, and something that maybe even with a little guidance you can get the LLM to complete. The logs confirm that is now active. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's not finding anything. We don't seem to be getting anything back. What could we be doing wrong? I can't look. I'm not looking at the code. My rule for this is I'm not looking at the code. I just want to prompt and get it working. But I can potentially cheat by saying, hey, can you look at this Go project and see how it does it? Maybe you're doing something wrong. Let's try this. Let's try this. I did not do this with the OpenCode one. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do that with this one. Or maybe I'll just jump to Claude and see if Claude can get it done just with defaults like this one. Okay, a deep scan using both SCP target all and okay. Yeah, still nothing. I don't know. I don't know. We're not finding anything. All right. What should I do? I can give it some help, or I can just say it didn't find it. I would have liked to at least have it find the work. Well, it did find it earlier and now it's gone. I'm not sure how it found it. But I would have liked to, just for the purposes of this, moved on to the remote section where you can press the buttons, make sure everything works. Also, I didn't do this in the last one, but I would love to tweak the UI, ask this tool to upgrade the UI to use a liquid glass to see how well it does that, see how polished the app it can make the app, and all from just prompting. So I think this might be it for me here, or should I try to give it some help? Let's think. Okay. I'm curious, so I'm gonna do this. GitHub. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Now, let me think. Let me think. What's a clean way to do this? Let's I have a GitHub project called Go Roku, and my username is Garvin Hasme. Go check it, and maybe you will get some hints about what you are doing wrong. Let's see. I don't know what it's called actually. Is it called Go Roku? I don't remember. Let's see if we find it. Okay, look at your Roku Remote project. It should provide the same hints. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I honestly don't remember what the name is. It's been a while. And I have a million things in there, so I figure it might be cool to see if we could just search GitHub and find it. If not, I can be more specific. Let's see. Still searching? Okay. Still searching. Where are my repos? I don't know. I might have to give it some help here. This is C#. I want to use the Go one. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, it's called Go-Roku. Yeah, I did get the name right, but it's taking forever. I didn't find it. So, Donna. Okay, stop here. Okay, I see. All right. So I'm gonna give specific instructions. It should find it fairly quickly with the exact name. Ideally, it should be able to, it's a console, it's a library and a console app, so it should be able to just run it, see that it's actually discovering the device, can see the API calls that are being made and all of that stuff. And it might get a clue in terms of what it's doing wrong. Okay, so now it found it. Okay. It didn't try to download it, it's just trying to scan the files. Maybe try cloning in a temp folder and running it to see what it finds. I'll leave that queued and see what happens. Okay, that's correct. Discovery.go does have, if I remember correctly. Okay. We're using web fetch. Yeah, it might have been easier just to clone and then look at it that way. So that's interesting. We're doing it this way, but that's fine as well. Let's see if it gets the context. Let's see if it finds anything that it needs to change. Now at this point, like we're way beyond someone saying, hey, go make me an app that does this, right? Because now this is very specific expertise. If this was not something that I had done before, I would kind of be stuck. I would have to go find some code, do some research or something. How would I unblock myself here with this? I've already asked to look at documentation. It's insistent that, you know, it's supposed to be working. The implementation is good. Maybe it's right. Maybe I should be doubting myself now. So, but it could have even cheated and say, you know what, I'm just gonna scan scan the IP ranges. At least. So let's see. Have we got into my prompt to just clone the repo? It's still queued. It's still queued, I think. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what this does, if it's going to actually work, or we're just going deeper down a rabbit hole. As a reminder, last time when we tried this, the other tool that we tried, it did find the device and we were able to move on to the next step, which is to the actual remote. For that one, I should have asked it to improve the UI. But so maybe next time. I think I got caught up because it couldn't remove some of the dummy devices that it added, and I got caught up in that, and I was pretty sure I'd run out of tokens before figuring out what on earth was going on there. So I wasn't focused on my next ask, which was going to be, hey, make it look decent, make it look professional. So I was hoping to get there with this one. It doesn't seem like that'll be the case today. Unfortunately. Maybe someone can give me some tips of how I can do this differently. With Gemini, the good thing is though, it did create the app. It did create the app. It was able to run it, start deploy to the emulator, all of that stuff. So that's a good start. But this UDP multicasting discovery thing seems to be a bit of a struggle for all of them, apparently. Again, oh wait, here we go. I see. Why does, okay. All right. I see that it did something. Let me just click on this while it's playing around. Okay. So I have a UI and I don't know what this UI even looks like. it does work. So when I press this home button, the Roku does go home, and I can actually use this D-pad. This does work. I just opened an app. You can see install apps does not seem to work, which is fine. But yes, the remote does work. I'm not sure what it did with discovery. Okay. I'm not sure what it did to get it to find the device. I'm also not sure why there was a duplicate device in the list, and where it seemed like there was also a dummy device in the list. I'm not sure where that came from. Let me see something. Remove BONJU and oh shoot. And remove Bonjour and manual. Oh my god, I hate this. IP entry options. Okay. So it did kind of work. I'm not sure what happened because it's not working right now anymore. But it did discover devices. I did get to a UI, and the buttons in the UI for the most part did work. It did not create the nicest app. Well, I mean, this discovery screen is okay, I suppose. The remote part of it is not. And so if anytime soon I do get back to the remote section, if it figures out the discovery, then perhaps, yeah. So this is what's supposed to happen. It starts discovery, gets a response from this device, and blah, blah, blah. Boom. And that should be almost instantaneous. So when I see this thing circling, I know it doesn't work because it happens fairly quickly. So yeah. Let's see what's happening now. So I've asked multiple times to remove the manual IP. Well, I said I didn't want it. Now I've asked explicitly to remove it. The manual IP entry. It's still there. So, okay, it's moving it now. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if it finds it. Oh no, what happened? Okay. Yeah, let's see if the 20th time is the charm. So let's see here. Okay, it's telling me anything useful here. Yeah. So at this point, I'm frustrated because even after, it's weird because while it was looking at my Go code, it found something useful. At some point you found device, but now it is not being discovered. What happened? That's not a very constructive prompt, I must say. I must say that it's this is me throwing my hands up in the air. Maybe someone can tell me what I'm doing wrong here. I may want to, just for the purposes of demonstration, run the other app that I have on this simulator that actually does what I'm asking. I believe it's doing that. Again, I have not looked at the code for any of these. I'm just trusting that I can prompt and get an answer, get the app created as I have asked. So I have no idea what's going on right now. It's hard to read this stuff. Build also fun Roku, this fixing, okay. New endpoint and oh, unicast. What in the, oh, you mean, yeah, from yeah, that's right. Okay, my work is complete. Right. Yeah, but it doesn't work. It does not work. It says the logs found are confirming that it's getting a response, but I don't see if the logs confirm that we get a response. Why isn't it showing the device in the UI? Should I try another model? What models do we have? Wait. Oh, there we go. Model, okay. But can I see? How do I just see the list of models? Okay. So right now we have Auto Gemini 3, we have Auto Gemini 2.5, and we have manual selection, we have 3.1 Pro preview, we have 3 flash preview. Yeah, maybe I can try a different one, or maybe I'm just wrong and this doesn't actually work. Who knows? I think what is it saying? I think this is it for us today. I would have to say, unfortunately, we were not successful in getting this working. we did see at some point it discovered the device. We were able to go to the remote, and then it started working and stopped working and started working. Not sure what the difference is. I did give this a clue of a working library that I wrote. I thought that would have been helpful. It may or may not have been helpful. It seems we're back stuck to where we can't discover any devices. So I'm going to leave it here, and next time probably try Claude and see how that goes. Thank you for watching.